Welcome to Voice Rising with Kara Johnstad. Enjoy weekly conversations with leading luminaries, pioneering visionaries, singers, poets, musicians, and sound healers as we explore the profound role our voice plays on the path to self-realization and global enlightenment. The internationally acclaimed singer, composer, author, healer, recording artist, voice expert, creator of Voice Your Essence, and founder of the School of Voice, Kara Johnstad uses her extraordinary spiritual gifts to empower others. Everything in this world vibrates. Everything has a frequency. A pioneer in the field of voice work and transformational songwriting. Her breakthrough methods are helping thousands of people worldwide fine-tune their body, mind, spirit system and unlock the energetic frequencies of limitless creativity, health, and abundance. Share your voice, ask your questions, join in the conversation. Receive life-changing, positive transformation and rise together to create a sound world. And here's your host, Kara Johnstad.
Hello, welcome to Voice Rising. I am your host, Kara Johnstad, and today we have a remarkable guest with us, John White, a pioneering Rife researcher and inventor, originally from New Zealand and now residing in Nanjing, China. John has dedicated over a decade, and I'm sure many, many more years, to exploring the transformative potential of frequency medicine with a background in electrical engineering, physics, and computer sciences. He has developed innovative solutions for serious health issues, culminating in the creation of the renowned Spooky Square, or as we know it, Spooky 2 health system. And today, we'll delve into the fascinating world of vibrational wellness, exploring how frequencies can harmonize our bodies and minds, and we'll also discuss the role that our voice might play in this healing process. So join me in welcoming John White to the show. Welcome, John, to Voice Rising.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for inviting me to your show. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you. Your amazing work has touched my life, and I know it's touched hundreds of thousands of other people out there. So, John, would you like me to say Spooky 2? Because somewhere I heard in an interview you said originally it was Spooky Squared.
Well, originally it was plain old Spooky.
Oh, it was just plain old Spooky.
Plain old Spooky, but we made changes with a lot of things, and there was a quantum change. So we decided, well, we'll make it Spooky Squared. But Spooky 2 is what everyone refers to him as. So we'll run with Spooky 2.
We're going to run with Spooky 2 today, because for those of you out there that want to find out more, you can also go to spooky2.com, and we'll have more of that later. But can you explain the essence of frequency medicine and its significance in promoting health and well-being? That's a big one to start with.
It is a big one. I'm wondering at what angle to approach it. Everything truly is frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
And you're asking where frequencies come in with regards to health and wellness. Way before electronics, people had voices, funnily enough, and they were using their voices for doing the healing. In fact, I've seen ancient masters chanting sacred mantras to heal, and they have a real solid, down-to-earth effect. And I've seen a video where several masters were in a semicircle around a patient who had a tumor, I think it was in the liver, and you could see it slowly get smaller. It was an MRI that they were, an ultrasound, sorry, that they were imaging this tumor, and then it just disappeared. It was gone. And they did an analysis of the voices of the monks, and not only were they singing the same tone, but they were also coherent. The tone was coherent, so the notes were truly adding to each other.
Yeah.
And so the healing abilities of frequencies is limitless. Now, for people that are vocally challenged, like myself, we tend to rely on equipment to do the mantras for us. I guess you can draw an analogy as a mantra. I haven't really thought about it until now. But in a way, we have our generators and we set them up with these programs, run the programs, and they hum to you. Usually the frequencies are way beyond what our hearing capability is. The target pathogens certainly feel the results. So everything is frequencies. Everything is frequencies.
Everything is frequencies. It is true. As singers, we know that our voice, literally, they have now proven it, that we create infrared light when we're singing. And if we're outside in a forest or in a garden, it can reach all the way up to the furthest star, and the stars can sing back. That is very poetical and very magical. So all the environments around us are vibrating.
You're outdoing me. I thought I was the person that was being interviewed, but that's an amazing story, that, and it is true, because people normally think, well, ultraviolet, is it ultraviolet, infrared?
I know infrared light, but
yes, they think, well, as soon as you can't feel the heat, which is what infrared is, then there's no rays, but it's so untrue. Infrared goes for vast, vast distances.
Right. So Spooky 2 is a very big system for everybody out there that is new to frequency medicine. If you know the Spooky 2, well, I hate to call them machines, because they seem...
I know.
They become so much a part of our life, but there are also ones with infrared or with light frequencies.
Yes.
I did hear something fascinating the other day, which I didn't know. And so I want to ask you if you have experience with this, or if you think it's true. You need sound, you need frequency and vibration of sound before you can receive light. The question is, if it is sound that is the predecessor, or it comes before the light.
Right, the precursor. It's a very interesting, I'm trying to outdo you now. But let's talk about frequencies for a moment.
Yes, please.
Now, if we'll focus on light, I mean, no pun intended, but it came out anyway. If it's a very low frequency, it's infrared, then it becomes red, then it changes to all the colors until it reaches the violet, indigo and violet, and then it becomes invisible. But it's still there, it's just that we can't perceive it. You take the same photon energy and raise the frequency even higher, then you go into the X-ray area. And as everyone knows, X-rays aren't very healthy. But at the lower frequencies, it's life-giving. You can't live without light. And if you go, you've got radios. Everything is just the same thing, but vibrating at different rates.
Ultrasound is very high, right? Yes.
And also at the very low ones, and 21 kilohertz odd and below, which is the human hearing, that's only a small portion, tiny portion of frequencies that are around us. So the same word, frequencies, can do a terrific lot of things. And it's not a big stretch of the imagination not imagination, but a big stretch to come to realize that why can't sound be a precursor to the life-giving light?
Yeah.
I think absolutely.
They say that in many religions, in the beginning there was word, and the word was God, or there was a big boom that created things. There seems to be a narrative for many people that vibration and frequency is a creative force. Put it
Absolutely.
like this.
Healing, a large part of healing.
Can you hear my thoughts?
And gaining wellness is to know yourself. When you know yourself and you develop yourself so that you become a better person, a more wholesome person, if you get out of this box that was made for you from childhood, and you look afar, then you go afar. You can't go further than you can see. And this is what we have found. We as a company are continuously improving not just our products or anything else, but ourselves as well. Because if we want to heal people, we ourselves have got to be pure. Our intention has to be pure. Right. And healing is almost exclusively intent. So, we pour our hearts into everything that we do now. And yes, we do meditate a lot. In meditation, when you think about it, we have these meditation classes every month or so. We have them online. We have meditation challenges, and it's very enjoyable. We want as many people as possible to also squeeze out of their boxes and look around it and just feel the magic that's around us.
I wanted to talk about that because our voice is magically nestled between our heart and our mind. It could have been put into our big toe or into our kneecap,
Yes.
but there it is. So when we balance these, it's really running in between the inner worlds and the outer worlds and connecting the core of our body with the third eye and with all these amazing energies. And you talk about intent, which is for me also a type of voice work. How do we hone into the clear voice that can guide us? So my question for you, if intent is so important, what happens when people using these amazing frequencies don't realize that the narratives that they're telling themselves about their victimhood or their illnesses are still in that vibrational field?
It's a very, very good question, Kara. And what I have found personally, for two people that may have the same condition, same stages, same prognosis, one may do very well and the other one not so well. And the difference is precisely what you're intimating. The person who is...
Now you're frozen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, say it again. So one may do very well and the other person may not do so well.
Yes, it's inside them. They haven't taken on their condition as a challenge to overcome. They may see the registered trained medical professionals, and then when they see them, when they go back home, they're being looked after by someone else. They haven't taken it on board to supplement what they are doing with something different, which is our devices, but also the mentality. It's like a spice of life in them. But some people just don't really want to fight the problem. They think, well, I've been told, 99% of the people survive, and this and that. So they're not too concerned, or they've got pure faith in a system that may not warrant pure faith, which is a bit sad. We really focus a lot on educating people.
Yeah.
Usually with a condition, there's not just one solution. There can be a multitude of solutions. And a multi-pronged approach is quite often the winning formula. So if someone's going through allopathic, regime of, what they do, we never ever say stop doing that. But we certainly say learn about your condition, find out what you have exactly, and find out your own solutions. Go out and seek, look, find, and I provide the information. I give the path for them, and it's really up to them beyond that state. Healing is both physical and spiritual. If you only do one and not the other, then the results aren't usually so good. If you can really put yourself in the healing state, you can visualize yourself in a healed state. Anything you can visualize, you can achieve. How are you going to get there? You've got to do that work. And you investigate other people that are survivors, if it's a serious condition. Find out what they did, replicate it. And once your problem's resolved, then spread the good news, because as sure as anything, there'll be other people that are just as broken as you were, looking for answers. It's why, in fact, Kara, we have our testimonials page. It's not to say how wonderful we are, it's to explain to people protocols that other people have used that have succeeded with them. And these people, in the goodness out of their heart, have shared it on our webpage.
The fascinating thing is, and I'm not sure how you do that, I think that would probably be a 2-year deep dive talk, how to find the exact frequencies of pathogens. What's fascinating is that other things like essential oils, vitamins, frankincense, spiritual well-being have also frequencies, and sometimes they might even have the same frequencies. So tell me if I'm wrong. The way I see it is that our body and our environment is like a beautiful symphonic orchestra. And what Spooky is doing is basically recreating harmony. So if there's a certain frequency which is dissonant or disruptive, whether the frequency is called too much vitamin D or the frequency is called herpes complex, whatever it is, there's some dissonance, that what you're doing is making sure that there's a rebalancing of the system to bring us back into optimal harmony. And when we're in that harmony, we come closer to being in optimal health. Is that a very naive way to see this?
No, it's not naive at all. I mean, it's a very good way of looking at it. Illness is when your body's out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a symphony, you have a cacophony.
Yeah.
So it's really getting your body back in good shape. If your body is struggling to maintain health, its energy reserves are low. If there's any challenge, health challenge that arises, the body can't resolve it quickly enough, or at all. That's the seed of the more serious conditions that arise. Little things. I'll give you one example how one small thing can lead to another. Blue blocking glasses.
Yeah.
They can prevent cancer. And people are thinking, come on, John's lying, I've got him here, But blue blocking glasses block the blue light that keeps you awake at night. If you have LED lighting or fluorescent tube lighting in your home where you live, and you're reading at night time, you think, well, everyone knows reading before bedtime is good because it puts you to a relaxed state. But the blue light entering your eyes block the melatonin production.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to bed and you toss and turn, you think about the story that you're reading, you think about the day tomorrow, you think about problems that you've got to resolve, you think about your budget and everything else. And before you know it, it's past midnight. If you wear blue blocking glasses and you get your sleep, then your immune system will remain healthy, fully charged, and able to stop problems before they become forest fires.
Blue light is also the whole computer screens, correct?
Exactly. Oh, sure. The backlighting in the computers is fluorescent or LED.
Yeah.
That's right.
How do you manage with staying focused on all this research that you're doing every day, leading a company, and there's a lot of updates from your team and other scientists all over the world that are contributing to this revolution. Yes. So you luckily or unluckily, who knows, you get to be the face out there, but there are many, many people that believe in this vision. I mean, you're always very gracious in sharing that this is a big team effort around the world.
I was going to make that comment. It's not all about John White. It's actually, I'm one of the least people that.
Yeah. So how do you balance your day, or what are your practices with screen time and meditation and running businesses? How do you find your own rhythm and harmony during the day?
Well, my day is very, very focused from the morning, like about 5:30 in the morning till around 6 o'clock when we get back home. Yes, it is in front of a computer, and no, I don't think my glasses are blue blocking. But that's until 6 o'clock. I don't normally wear glasses through the house. It's just when I'm doing close-up work. I just focus very, very intensely on a job. So at the moment, I've got several projects on the boil. I do work very fast and very, very, very focused. I don't like to be interrupted. It's full on, straight ahead. But that way I get the volume of work done. When I come home, I tend to focus on family. So I've got my 2 girls that I play with and tell them all the time that I love them. And with regards to sleep, I guess it's sort of like calming. And I don't spend much time in front of a screen. I never watch TV because there's nothing there for me. If I do watch any entertainment, it'll be a movie which I have chosen.
Yes.
Keep away from just turning it on and seeing what's there on the box.
Yes.
So no, I don't get much UV light after arriving home.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Me too. I have no television.
No, actually, we don't either.
This is a quote Bruce Lipton said. He said, "Your cells are listening." Do you know Bruce Lipton? He did a lot with epigenetics. Your cells are listening. Maybe we talked about that in the beginning, about prayers, mantras, chants, the stories that we tell ourselves. What do you think about this, John? Painters, they paint on canvases, but when we speak, people think it's only the room that we're speaking into, but really with our ears, we're speaking into the bodies of the other people. It's pretty precious to sing lullabies and tell each other stories, because we're literally not only sharing information, it's something much deeper. We are able to enter someone's heart and someone's body because the ear channels go right there, right into there. So isn't that magical?
That's right. It is. The first sense that wakes up is your hearing. It's the very first, and it's the very last before you go to sleep. Your hearing. It's core to our essence. So everything from a cat's purr to everything. This is harking back to vibrations. I better rephrase it because otherwise I'll be like a broken record. But the healing voice of your mother's speech, for example, the child, is profound. For a person going to church and hearing the gospel, that's healing. That's absolute healing.
Yeah.
It cannot be overemphasized.
Did you ever study the baby's cry? As a mother myself, I was wondering if this baby has absorbed my cries giving birth, and if all these voice prints, just like DNA, are connected. Everybody knows that the mother's voice sounds very similar to the daughter's voice, the daughter to the mother to the grandmother. What is the connection between the signature of the DNA and our own personal voice print that goes out into the world?
Probably very, very close, if not exact.
Very close. Yeah.
We'll take a moment to hear from our sponsors, but don't go away. When we return, we'll dive deeper into the world of frequency medicine with John White and explore how these principles can transform our health and well-being.
Conscious media for conscious minds. Om Times. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of Om Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of Om Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. With happy clients all over the world, Kara Johnstad knows that your voice is the missing link to more authenticity, abundance, creativity, and health. An internationally acclaimed voice expert, Kara's breakthrough methods have helped thousands of people successfully heal their voice wounds and extinguish the story of self-doubt and shyness forever. Join in group trainings, attend online sessions, schedule one-on-one time, and invite Kara to work with your organization and community. Get started today. Go to www.karajohnstad.com and receive a special guided meditation designed to fine-tune your inner voice and welcome you on the voice journey.
This is Kathy Beal, host of Celestial Compass, featuring astrology you can use. Celestial Compass points you to what's going on in the sky and what you can do with it down here on Earth. We also explore fun, effective, and cosmic tools for navigating this adventure we call life. Join me the first and third Monday of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for Celestial Compass. It's enlightening, entertaining, and empowering.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free, ascendinghearts.com.
If I could be you,
and you could be me,
for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Voice Rising. We're rejoined by John White as we explore the transformative power of frequency medicine. If you're enjoying our conversation, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite streaming platform and share it with your friends. And for all of our listeners, here's a special offer from the Spooky 2 team. Visit www.spooky2-mall.com for exclusive insights and tools to enhance your wellness journey, and use code VOICERISING, all in capital letters, to get a special savings on your next Spooky 2 purchase. That's Spooky 2, written SPOOKY, and then the number 2-mall.com, and use the code VOICERISING, all in capital letters, to get your special 5% discount. Let's dive back in.
Let me see if I have another good question. You have a beautiful, it's called a PEMF mat out there,
Yes.
which I use. And while you were speaking in Nuremberg, you were talking about how the new, I think it's the Big Magic Pro, or the Magic Pro mat, is able to transfer music back into your body. And you said something, and I was very curious. You said because our body is analog and not digital. Yeah? So maybe you want to explain, why is that so important as we look for ways not only to do things with beautiful spooky products, but in general to be more conscious about our music consumption, or more conscious about our own music that we're able to make? Why is it so important that our body is analog, and what does it mean?
Well, it's really what I was meaning at the time was we are not computers.
Mm-hmm.
Computers are digital, or almost all computers are digital, and they operate in a series of ones and zeros. There's nothing in between. So a pulsed EMF device that you can buy on the market is either shouting at you or saying nothing, keeping the analogy to sound. But sound, true sound, pure sound, is everything in between in those two states. So it can be someone whispering or someone shouting or anything in between.
Yeah.
And pulsed EMF, it's a great healing modality, but not much focus has been put on the wellness side. And we've been talking about the health-giving benefits of the voice. Now that can't be sent to the cells of your body through a regular pulsed EMF, because yes, you can convert a voice to digital, but then it sounds horrible and it's harsh and sharp edges in the waveform. It's not beautiful rounded like how a voice is. So this device that you're talking about is our top of the line pulsed EMF device. They can whisper you to sleep. They can sing a lullaby to you.
Yeah.
We have it comes with a test coil, and the test coil has an earpiece, so you can hear the audio that's being sent to your body. And you can send any audio. It doesn't have to be necessarily a health-giving one. It can be a meditation one. It can be anything. It could be an audio that will help you through exam work. Anything. And the information of the audio sound is sent directly to your body, to your brain, everything. I don't want to make it sound like other pulsed EMF devices aren't good. They are, Kara. Pulsed EMF is a very good modality, but they don't encompass the full spectrum of healing. They can do things like soft tissue repair and bone repair, but they don't do anything for example, your moods. You know, they can't change your moods or your depth of concentration. But the Magic Pro, you can send square regular pulsed EMF signals to it, and you can opt for sending more audio aligned tracks. And there's mantras for healing, pure healing, sacred mantras. You can play them to your body, and your body will respond. People may argue, well, it's just the tones. It's not the words, it's the tones. We think to ourselves, yeah, whatever.
So John, how does our own self-healing affect the healing of our collective?
We came to the understanding as part of our self-learning path that for us to effect a change in the world, we ourselves must first change. We're not talking about it on a business sense. We're talking about a sense of humanity. So, yes, we are growing in ourselves to be better people. Every day we are better than the previous day. The last thing you want to be is stagnating. But we realize that for us to make a change, okay, we've got to become better ourselves so that we can then help other people become better. It is truly snowballing, Kara, where we find that very, very, very good people are gravitating to us and helping us in many ways to do the work ahead. And it's been way beyond what we could have possibly imagined. The people that are contributing, everything, contributing all their free time in their life to help Spooky 2 grow, so more people can come to realize, hey, there are actually real answers out there, and hey, there are people that truly do care about me. People that are sick sometimes feel it's a lonely battle. They've got the problem, they need to fix it, and so they go to see the people that they normally do, and spend their money and all the rest of it. But to really help someone, you've got to be engaged with them. And this is why we came to visit you in sunny, no, it wasn't very sunny Germany. It wasn't sunny.
It was pretty rainy actually on that day. I'm not sure. I think it was rather cold for June. It was in June. I think you were standing in shorts, but you wish you would have had pants on.
Yeah. You arrived late, didn't you, at the conference? Did you?
No, I think we arrived 10 minutes before it started, or 15 minutes before it started.
Okay, I'll forgive you.
We never arrive late. Not when John. We don't arrive late. We don't arrive late. Not when John White is in town. Exactly. We were talking about health, and I think somewhere I have a note here. Literally, I believe in America, people are suffering with chronic disease. This is not talking about the people with a broken arm or somebody with a plantar's wart. Chronic disease, cancer, autoimmune disease, 60%. We have, I think, almost 29% children with diabetes. And of course, America is an exception because it is one of the sickest countries in the world. But it is powerful to think, and I believe that's one of your visions, is how can we alleviate this suffering? And as a meditator myself, what would happen when all that energy that is in struggle and suffering, when we step into vibrant health, And the word is vibrant. We say vibrant because it has to do with good vibrations. Vibrant health. What would happen on planet Earth if we're not in contraction, but in the space of well-being, of love, and of vibrancy?
Yes, well, that is really, you've painted a picture of my vision.
Yeah.
This is what I want. I want to have no business selling no machines because there's no need.
Yes.
Everyone's reached their peak health. I mean, we all die, but to have a really, really good life and then just be ready for your time, not before your time. Isn't it a paradox how the richest, well, supposedly richest nation in the world is also the sickest?
Yeah.
Now, without filling in all the gaps, to me it really illustrates so clearly the importance of learning yourself the answers for your illness,
Yeah,
and applying them. And yes, even the simple task of just sitting down and meditating can be immensely healing, physically healing.
yeah.
Not just sitting down and you feel better afterwards. It's not just that. It's not as simple as that. It goes much further. So yes, that is my vision. My vision is to be out of a job. Nothing to do, because everyone's healthy. That's what I want.
Well, one
And
of the, yeah. No, I was
wish
going to
that more
say,
people shared that vision.
yeah, what is so powerful is that Spooky 2 I see like a bridge. We all have our moments. Even if we're eating well, suddenly the body, for whatever reason, might go into dis-ease or disease. And what is hard is people have been trained to look to the scientists, doctors, and internet, and you look at all these dis-eases, and often it says these are incurable, they're only manageable, right? So to be able to have support, whether it's Spooky 2 or whether it's singing or meditation or whether it's a prayer circle, whatever it is out there, and to bring people back into a state where they start feeling again, oh wow, the energy is flowing, oh wow, I'm healing, I'm empowered, to be able to feel again this healthy well-being that I have, then we probably can get to that state where you're out of a job. Maybe. I don't know if you'll ever be out of a job, but in the meantime, many of us are very grateful that you have this vision and this job, because you're providing devices that can help us bridge between a contracted moment. And I'll say this, I mean, I say this with tears in my eyes, you know. After the pandemic, my body, for whatever reason, the world went into a lockdown, and I survived everything, healthy, walking, cold water swimming, meditating, singing, teaching, coaching. And after that went over, all this stress and fear locked my body. Many, many good people were supporting me. And when I came upon Spooky, I knew it resonated, and I used it. And within 6 weeks, my body, I could feel it shifting back into harmony. And I am without any medication, and I'm absolutely pain-free, and I'm walking 10 kilometers a day, and I'm, of course, continuing to sing and to meditate and everything. But even though I was meditating, and even though I was eating healthy, and even though I knew all those things, I needed a little bit of Spooky 2, or a little bit of support on that bridge we call healing, to get me over to the other side. I needed a little bit of that hand.
You know,
That is your work. Yeah.
You mentioned before that you don't like calling them machines or equipment, devices. We too don't like to call them names and numbers and things. We do it because we pretty much have to.
Yeah.
But even the company, I was thinking about a name. Spooky is a part of me, so I gave it a name, a proper noun, rather than a an official sounding name. I gave it like a spooky. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Something interesting, but I personified it.
Yeah.
You know, Kara, every device that we sell has been made and packaged in a room which has got the Ho'oponopono prayer, which the people read. We've got mantras playing as the items are put in boxes.
Yeah.
We're not just selling equipment. We're selling our souls. We're really putting everything into what we do to try and get everyone healthy again.
Right.
Now, that was our goal on day one, and it's our goal still now.
Yeah. You do amazing work, John. I thank you for coming on to the show. Voice Rising is a lot about understanding the power of vibration. So for me, as somebody who works with voice, it's all the many layers that we're not aware of. How we speak, how we write. We have the inner voice work of deep meditation, singing and chanting, prayer and community. Fact is, when the voice slips away and when we're no longer here on earth doing our work, we still have a vibrational essence that is still there. Right. And this is why this work is so powerful. If people want to explore it, every single living being, from the ocean to a tree to a human being to a cat's meow to a parasite, has a frequency. And that is mind-blowing. I mean, I think we don't realize how magical we're like. Even the stars have their sounds that are coming towards us, and we're answering in some way. Maybe if we laugh and, while the moon is full or empty, who knows? We can, the new moon, we can also laugh.
Scientists, drunk with the thought of their own knowledge and expertise, thought they could send people into space and they'd come back well. But once they became distant from the heartbeat of the Earth, the astronauts became sick.
Wow.
That's just frequencies again.
Yeah, yeah. We're at a precipice where we want to spend and invest more money flying to Mars than investing in cleaning up our ocean. And we need to come back to the preciousness of this life, right?
That's right. Earth is our mother, so we have to take care of her.
Yeah. Do you know the song? Earth is our mother. We must take care of her. So thank you, John. For all of you out there, the Spooky team was very gracious, and they're offering a 5% discount if you go to Spooky, SPOOKY 2, and then a dash or a minus, a little line in the middle, mall, MALL, just like your shopping malls out there, .com, spooky2-mall.com. And if you put in Voice Rising in capital letters, you're going to have a special code to get you 5% off of anything you would like to be curious about out there and purchase. And I thank you with all my heart, Mr. John White, for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me, Kara. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.